Hello, everyone. Today I have a normal single family home for you that I have built using base game and the new Lovestruck pack. So I looked around online for some inspiration for this house, and I used one that I really thought was just interesting looking. That being said, um, it's mostly based on the exterior of that home, which you can see right here. But I did my own thing on the inside. So, yeah. Um, I will say because I was limited as to what packs I could use, I couldn't make it look exactly like the photo, even though we have some windows, etc., that would work perfectly for this. It did not. So, okay. So you can see I'm kind of playing around with the exterior a bit, just trying to get it to look right, um, and not be too big. I mess with this quite a bit. Um, and I couldn't make up my mind on a few things. So, all right. If I sound a little weird, our normal thing from the last few weeks, I am wearing a dental flipper, still getting used to it. Unfortunately, this one is a little too big. Now that the swelling has gone down from my extraction. So I'm still going to talk weird for a while, and hopefully next month I will get a new one and have to learn how to talk with that one. Also, I have a very attention-starved cat who is literally right next to my microphone. So if you hear purring, that is him. He ended up at the vet this weekend. He gets stressed out when I leave him for more than a few hours. I mean, he gets stressed out when I leave him, period. But he gets medically stressed out when I leave him for any length of time, and I was gone for 4 days. I did have my brother come check on him, but apparently that wasn't enough, and I had to take him into the vet just to make sure he was okay, and it was standard stress that I could deal with at home. And yeah, he's still recovering. It usually takes a week or so for him to calm down, but I'm kind of letting him do whatever he wants. So yeah, if you hear purring or my mic just falls over and there's a bang or something, I'm gonna try to edit that out. But I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm still doing overtime, so I might forget. And I apologize. But you might hear his purring. That I'm not gonna worry about. All right. So anyway, let me get back into this build. I wanted to create kind of a, nice, simple family home with a more traditional feel. I hope I pulled this off. I've never been to Mexico, um, but I love Spanish and Mexican architecture. So definitely hoping I did, the world justice here. I also wanted to create this home so it could be either a 3 bedroom or a 4 bedroom. The downstairs room I have set up as an office. So there's options there. It'd make a great guest room if you don't, want an office there. Wouldn't really make a great master unless you want to have them use the, hallway bath. Um, but, you do you. Maybe that's what you want. So, the other thing with this, I struggled with this chimney. I was going to cut this out, but I wanted you to see my struggle. I really liked how that looked in general until you looked at it from the front. So I went a different route. Um, Ended up kind of deciding not to have the chimney as tall, and just making it, pretty much like that. I also am going to say later on, I play with the roof trim quite a bit. I could not make up my mind as to exactly how I wanted the outside to look. So I play a little bit, but I like the final product, and that's all I'm going to say about it. All right, so here playing with the kitchen, and originally I thought about having that open, but realized no, I wanted it more enclosed. Again, that traditional, home feel that maybe it's been around, since the early 1900s, or even, late 1800s type kind of vibe. And so I closed it off, created a pretty big entryway, which you'll see my struggle with later, and, put in this nice kitchen. I'm going to say the kitchen was maybe remodeled a little bit. Um, Maybe they added on that back room at some point, made the kitchen bigger. We're going to go with that storyline for this house. And so it's a little more modern of a kitchen, still has a, more of a traditional vibe to it, but updated. So the other thing I really found myself struggling with in this build was color. Okay, it's really in this room because this room is the one that made me decide I needed more color in this build. So you will watch me go through and do a beautiful, like, neutral kitchen. I liked it. I just realized it had no color. And that is something when I think of Mexican and Spanish homes, they're colorful. So, yeah. So I play around with that a little bit too. And eventually, I think I pull it off pretty well. Of, some color, some fun in here, but nothing too crazy. Let me know what you think of the colors in this house in the comments because I'm curious. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I might do some more builds that have more color to them. I try to keep most of mine kind of neutral so they're easy to download and use, yourselves. And you can add, color if you want to, but in general, most people like neutral. So, but this one is not. It has its spots that are more neutral. And this is where I decided to bring in this green. And that's kind of the accent color. I did try to change that black backsplash to something a little more green, but none of them matched the green color there too well. So I left what I had already put up. And I think it works. I mean, it's not an exact match, but it doesn't look bad, at least to me. If you don't like it, remove it or recolor it. It's going to be your build when you download it, right? So cluttering it up a little bit. Normally I would not say put a dishwasher next to a stove, but it's The Sims and I had nowhere else to put it. At least that was near a sink. So, in real life, don't do that. That's all I'm saying. So, anyway, here is my struggle with this this entry area. Again, I was trying very hard um, to use more color, but I kept going to not so much color. Um, and then I kept wanting to use browns because I did brown in the kitchen. But the stair was black. A lot of stuff was black. So I was struggling, people. I was struggling with this one. It's also the strange, it's not real strange, but kind of the strange shape of this room. I did it on purpose. I need, a challenge every once in a while. And I I gave myself one. But the end result still works. I definitely wanted it to be a nice big entry um, when I decided to do the entry. And just to me, walking into this home, it's supposed to feel open. I mean, cozy, but open. And I'm just picturing, a big, Mexican family, coming over. So not necessarily the ones that live here, but, you know, all of the Mexican people I know or those that have Mexican ancestry type, or family members, they get together and it's usually a very large group of people. So my thought with this was that they needed a nice big entryway to accommodate all of the people that will come visit them. So that's what I put in. That being said, the living room also is a strange shape. And yeah, I really struggled with furnishings because I mean base game has a few things due to having, Oasis Springs, but I really wish we had a little more that was like cozier furniture. Um it'd be a great pack to do like a Spanish style, like cozy furniture thing. That'd be great. Just a hint, Sims 4 team that does not watch me. I'm not even gonna think they do. I'm nothing right now. So I'm not a blip in their radar at all. So, but maybe one day. But I did really love these rugs. I love the colors in them and I love how vibrant they are. So that rug I decided to use twice. I also really wasn't sure what to put in this living room. So I decided again, big family, likes to get together, likes to entertain. So I put in the gaming table and, like I said, they have a nice little area for TV watching, fireplace. And, I really just wanted to create this kind of cozy spot. I will say I ended up putting this in one of my games and using it as a vacation rental. And it works really well for that, actually. So that was kind of fun. Um, it so far, I haven't finished playing as a vacation rental. But so far it works pretty well. So this has been play tested as of recording. So yay. Um, and again, I apologize for if I sound distracted. My cat's back. He's just love me, love me. He's in a mood. So I I do recommend it to use as a vacation home if you would like to. I think that'd be pretty good. Um Also another one that I used recently was my Caliente home. I used that one as a vacation rental as well. So that was kind of cool. I will say for the vacation rental, I replaced this office with a bedroom. So so I put a bedroom there. Um and yeah, it did work really well. I enjoyed playing in this, so I hope you will too. All right, so this office area I also struggled with a bit. I didn't show everything on camera because it was a mess for a little bit. But once I figured out how I was going to do it, I really love how this turned out. Now, I do understand that in the real game, as you're playing the game, this door means nothing. Okay. I also understand that in the career, you don't actually see clients at home, but because this is kind of based as your, love guru, your matchmaker, that type of thing. But what I'm going to say is maybe it's also you're a romance writer, so you need this office space and you bring people in to interview them or something to get ideas for your romance novels. Okay. Okay. That's where I'm going with that. All right. So I ended up doing this build a little differently than I normally do with my builds. Usually I do everything inside first, or if I'm doing a shell, I'll do the outside landscaping and then go inside. This time I just decided to continue on the main level and do all of that, including the outside and exterior stuff. And then moved upstairs. So if you've watched my videos before, please don't be confused. I apparently was just ready to put this pool in. That's all I can think of. So, by the way, you saw my little loading screen there. I didn't edit this before recording because I have no time. But yeah, I think I do that again. Saying I kept trying to exit the build. It's okay. It all worked out in the end. But anyway, very excited to use this round pool. Okay, curved pool, however you want to call it. I think it looks really cool. Very, very fun, designing wise to use those. I have not done anything crazy yet, but I might. Again, I didn't want this one to be like all crazy Lovestruck, Let's put in a heart pool. Let's do this. If you want a heart pool, you can download one from the gallery. There's tons of them on there. But yes, because of my posting schedule over the summer, I didn't necessarily want to make this one that was over the top. I've seen quite a few of those builds, so I know those are out there. I really wanted to keep this more traditional and open to more people to download and check out. So the other thing I noticed, this lot has this fence around it, but it's annoying. I like it, but there's an entrance where the fence is not lined up correctly, and it drives me crazy. But I tried to do my best to kind of hide it a bit, but there's really only so much you can do. I did embrace that opening, and it's, you have an opening in your yard. It'll be fine. I did debate about putting in like a cool little doorway thing or something, but nothing looked right. So I just left it as, open to their backyard. So we're just going to say that they like to have the neighbors over to share the pool. Okay? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But anyway, the front, I put in some landscaping. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. I wanted it to kind of be simple, but really didn't do too much. Now in the back, I put in this fountain just because something had to be there. The other thing that drove me a little nuts with this lot is the extra grass in the back that you can't do much of anything with. So I played around with at least putting a tree there, trying to make it look like it blends in a little bit that way. I think I pulled it off. I don't think it was too bad. All right, so just kind of finishing up around the house here, just to get all the landscaping done. Um, Added on this little, front deck area. I just thought it looked better. That's it. So, moving on upstairs, I do want to apologize. I apparently did not record the master bedroom. I thought I did, but I cannot find the file. So either I didn't record it or somehow it just magically disappeared. OneDrive is wonderful for that every once in a while. So you will see it in photos. It's done. You'll see glimpses of it. I really had fun doing it. And I wish I could have shown it to you, but of course, that's not how life works, right? So instead, you get these awesome bedrooms. So what I was kind of picturing with these is two girls. One's a tomboy, so she's the one in the orange and more athletic looking room. And the other one is maybe about a 5-year-old princess, okay? That's what we're going with here. So that's kind of how I designed it. I really love this more athletic type room. I'm picturing, like I said, maybe a preteen in here, and she's athletic. She's smart. So, you know, science stuff in there. She's got it going on. And then again, the sister is, she's she's a little princess, and she knows it. So I'm just kind of finishing up a few things here and there, adding in, just a little bit extras, and we are done with the build. All right, and here is the finished product. I really did have fun building this, and I do wish you could have seen the master, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about missing footage. So I'm going to let you take a look at the photos, and I will be right back. All right, so I do want to point out I am fixing the curtains in the living room that are off. Yeah, Sims 4 curtains. We know all about those, right? Yeah. All right, so anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope you download it and play in it, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you next week with another speed build. Bye now.